Hello everyone, my name is Calvin Fernando. My Unity ID is CFERNN3. Today I'll be demonstrating the auto deployment of a Slack bot, which is WhatBot, onto an EC2 instance on AWS cloud. So this is the topology which we'll be following. So we have a configuration manager, which is basically a simple vagrant virtual machine with the IP 192.168.33.10. It's basically an Ubuntu Trusty 1404, and it has two important Ansible playbook. It has provision AWS.YAML and WhatBot.YAML. It has Ansible 2.4.1, which has already been pre-installed into it. Provision AWS.YAML will reserve an EC2 instance on AWS cloud, and WhatBot.YAML will deploy the dependencies and packages that are required to run a WhatBot application onto that particular EC2 instance. Now let's have a look on the AWS EC2. The IP address 54.156.253.240 is an elastic IP address that will be attaching to this AWS EC2 instance. So the EC2 instance would be an Ubuntu Trusty 1404 and would have the WhatBot application running by running the file main.js. So this WhatBot application would be running on port 4500 of the EC2 instance. Now let's have a look on our AWS EC2 console. As you can see, there's no EC2 instance which is named as WhatBot_final in running state. So let's kind of reserve an EC2 instance. For that, let's go back to our configuration manager. To verify whether this is a configuration manager, as you can see, this is the IP address which was same as that on the diagram shown earlier. So let me do an ls out here, and let me run the playbook provision AWS.YAML and hit enter. So what basically this provision.aws.yaml file will do, it will basically run within the local host, and it will perform a bunch of tasks. So it will take roughly around 2 to 3 minutes. So let me go ahead and pause this video and continue once the playbook has been executed. So our playbook has been executed successfully. So let's have a look as to what are the tasks within the provision AWS.YAML playbook. So it's running on the local host. So it will kind of gather the information of existing EC2 instance. That is, if there is already an existing EC2 instance with the same elastic IP address, if there is one, it will kind of terminate that EC2 instance. Then it will launch a new EC2 instance and allocate the same elastic IP address to that particular newly launched EC2 instance. Lastly, it will wait for the SSH to come up. This task will actually help validate whether the EC2 instance was reserved successfully and is up and running. So now let's go and have a look on the AWS console. Let me refresh this page. Okay, as you can see, we now have another EC2 instance called WhatBot_final, which is in running state. So this validates that the provision AWS.YAML playbook was executed successfully. Now this is the Slack workspace, and as you can see, the status of WhatBot is currently disabled. So right now we were successfully able to reserve an EC2 instance, but the WhatBot application has not been deployed onto that EC2 instance. So let's deploy that application onto that EC2 instance. First, let me clear this, and for that, WhatBot.YAML playbook is the file which will kind of will help us accomplish the task. So let me run this by typing Ansible playbook -i inventory. Inventory file basically consists the elastic IP address of the EC2 instance on which we need to deploy the WhatBot application. And let me hit enter. So the gathering file. So the first task would be it would try to do an SSH onto the elastic IP address of the EC2 instance, and will run apt-get update after that. So it will take roughly around 2 to 3 minutes. So let me go ahead and pause this video and resume once the playbook has been executed. Yes, the Ansible playbook WhatBot.YAML has been executed successfully. As you can see, there's no failed count displayed out here. So let me run through the task that is present within the WhatBot.YAML Ansible playbook. Firstly, it will try to do an SSH to the elastic IP address of the EC2 instance. Then it will do an apt-get update. It will set the time zone of the Ubuntu EC2 instance to Eastern Standard Time. Then it will do a curl to the repository of the Node.js in order to get the version 6 of Node.js. Then it will install Node.js and Git. It will also install PM2 module, which is the module you'll be using in order to run main.js forever. And it will also do a clone of the Git repository. It will set the environment variables, and it will create a credential directory and copy the JSON file related to Sheets. So these two tasks with respect to the Google Sheets API. Then it will run the npm install, and lastly it will run the application by executing the command pm2 start main.js. And so let us go and check Slack workspace. As you can see that a WhatBot is still not enabled. So there's one last task which is still pending, is that we need to kind of authorize the Slack bot, since our bot consists of buttons. So for that I've created a Selenium test out here. So it basically will open the Chrome browser and type the URL of the EC2 instance, followed by the port number on which application is running, and /login. So let's wait for the Selenium task to execute successfully. Okay, and we'll click on authorize. Oh yes, so now our bot has been authenticated and authorized, and yes, so our bot has turned online right now. And in order to verify whether this is working fine, let me type setup, which is one of the identifier keyword it's looking out for, and you can see that I get a response from my bot that let's begin configuration new Standup. What time would you like to start the Standup? So this kind of validates that my auto deployment of my WhatBot onto the EC2 instance was successful. Thank you for watching.